There are 3 possible reasons why you have back acne, and you really have to find which is yours if you want to get clear skin. In this video, I will show you the top 3 causes of back acne and also the best treatment for them. So how exactly you should treat each of them correctly so that you can finally clear your back. Hello and welcome back to Acne from A to Z. I'm a pharmacist, and on this channel I teach you how to get rid of your acne by fighting its root cause. So if you are interested, make sure to subscribe and also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram, where I post daily videos and tips about acne. And before we get into the actual causes, there's one thing I need to say. The reason why it's so important to find the root cause of your back acne and of your acne in general is because different forms of acne need to be treated very differently in order to go away. That's actually why so many people struggle with acne that always comes back. They never focus on finding the root cause of their acne, and they always use random skincare products, which don't really work in the long run simply because they do not fix the actual problem that is causing your acne. And this is exactly what I preach on my channel. If you want to get rid of your acne, you need to find its specific root cause and treat that. Because once you do this, your acne will no longer come back. And if you need any help with this, I have created my signature course, the Anti-Acne Formula. I also have a free ebook and many other resources. They are all available in the description if you are interested. But things are exactly the same even when it comes to back acne. You need to find its root cause and treat that if you want to get rid of it. And the good news is that compared to face acne, back breakouts don't have as many potential triggers. I would say that there's mainly 3 things that could be causing your back breakouts, and we are going to take them in their descending order. So the first one is going to be the most common one, and I'm talking about sebum. Now, sebum itself does not cause acne, but it creates the perfect environment for skin bacteria, for E. acnes, to multiply, and once its production gets out of control, this is when you can start to break out. What you need to know is that most people don't have a very high production of sebum specifically on their back. Instead, what happens is that you can work out, you can sweat, you can wear the inappropriate clothing, and your skin starts to produce more sebum as a response. So even though you don't have an oily skin type on your back specifically, you don't have an increased production of sebum there, your body can still produce more sebum as a response to sweating, stress, and so on. This is why so many people struggle with back acne. Now, there is also a category of people who have an oily skin type, so their back sebum production is naturally increased. And if you are unlucky to be in this category, you are automatically at risk to get back acne and acne in general, all because of this increased sebum production that you naturally have. And I have another video about oily skin acne, how exactly you can tell if you have an oily skin type and you are breaking out because of it, all of the signs and symptoms, everything. I'm gonna link it below. You can check that out as well if you think you are in this situation. But all in all, it's all very simple. More sebum on your back means more skin bacteria that can multiply and get out of control, which would then increase your risk for back acne. Now, the question is, how exactly can you treat and can you get rid of this back acne? The routine is actually very simple, and I'm going to explain it in detail. But before that, there's one single thing I want to mention really quickly. Sebum is probably the main reason why you have back acne. It is the most common cause. So most people who have back acne will have this increased sebum as a trigger. This is why my advice is to start with the routine that I'm about to give you, follow it for a couple of weeks, and only try the next treatments from this video if this routine doesn't work. I say this based on my experience because I have seen that in a lot of people, this initial routine works really well because their back acne is actually caused by sebum, so you really do not need to overcomplicate things. Okay, now back to the routine. The first thing you want to do is to exfoliate, and this is actually a must if you have back acne because of your sebum. But I actually recommend this to all people who have back acne. Like I said, it is the first step because it actually solves a lot of cases of back breakouts. Shortly, you need to use a body exfoliant every time you shower, but at most 3 times a week, so I would not recommend exfoliating more often than this. And in general, you want to go either for BHA, so salicylic acid based exfoliants, or for AHAs, things like mandelic acid, glycolic acid, and so on. So these are the ingredients you want to be looking for. Either go for a BHA exfoliant alone, an AHA exfoliant alone, or a combination of both. You can also use a body scrub. This one could also work as well, but if you have some pretty severe back breakouts, I would recommend going for either an AHA based product or a BHA based one, because these are by far the best exfoliators for acne. So you want to exfoliate every time you take a shower, but like I said, mostly 3 times a week, so don't over exfoliate because this can actually irritate your skin. And the second step is to use a moisturizer afterwards. A lighter one should do, considering that we are talking about your back, which is not a very sensitive area. But what this moisturizer does is that it prevents irritation and it keeps your skin barrier healthy, because over exfoliating can actually damage your skin barrier. It can irritate it, and it can sometimes cause itchiness and redness, and you definitely do not want this. So step number 1 is exfoliate 2 to 3 times per week. Step number 2 is to use a moisturizer afterwards. If you're not seeing any good results with this routine, another option would be to go for tea tree oil. I recommend creating a mixture of tea tree oil and a carrier oil, and I actually have another video that talks about this in detail. I share there the exact recipe that you should use, but tea tree oil is a really good option for back breakouts that are caused by sebum, because it is a strong antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial in general, so it has all chances to work if exfoliation was not strong enough. The second most common type of back acne is the one caused by skin fungus. And I have actually seen a lot of people who struggle with fungal acne, specifically on their back. The good news is that this type of acne has some really detailed and specific signs, so it is super easy to recognize it and to differentiate it from other forms of acne. Now, I'm not gonna go into all of its signs in this video because it would make it way too long, and I really don't want to keep you too much here. I actually have another one that talks about how to recognize fungal acne in detail, but all in all, you want to look for small pimples that appear in clusters and that they are very itchy. So in case your back breakouts are actually caused by skin fungus, exfoliation is not going to work, simply because exfoliation does not target the root cause of your acne, which in this case is skin fungus. And fungal acne is actually very common on the back, so your back is a common location that fungal acne affects on a regular basis. This is why there are some high chances that your back acne is caused by skin fungus, especially if it doesn't respond to exfoliation. So here's exactly what to do in this case. The best and the easiest way to get rid of fungal acne, whether it is on your back, on your face, or anywhere else, is to apply an antifungal cream, especially those based on ketoconazole, because these creams are specifically designed to kill and to destroy that skin fungus. So you are basically fighting the root trigger of your acne directly, and this is why it is super easy to get rid of your fungal acne using antifungal creams. The problem is that for some people, they can be too harsh and they can irritate their skin. However, this mostly happens if you have sensitive skin and if your fungal acne is on your face. In my experience, if you have back acne that is caused by skin fungus, the chances that antifungal creams will irritate your skin are pretty low, simply because the skin from our back is not as sensitive. So you should try an antifungal cream in this case, and if your acne really is fungal, you should be able to see a pretty good difference in a couple of weeks, and that's because fungal acne goes away pretty fast. The tea tree oil I mentioned at the previous cause of acne is also effective in this case, simply because tea tree oil has a lot of antimicrobial properties, but it is also a really good antifungal. So obviously it destroys the skin fungus from the root, and in this case it's super suitable for your back breakouts that are caused by skin fungus. Now, I also have a really detailed video that talks about how exactly you should treat fungal acne. I give you 8 treatments and home remedies there that are super suitable and super effective for this type of acne, whether it is on your face or on your back, like I said. So I'm gonna link it below, and I strongly advise you to check it out because I go really in depth there. And the last common cause of back acne, which is not as common and it doesn't appear as often at the first two, but it is definitely possible, is hormonal imbalances. So if you have any hormones in your body that are messed up, they could make you break out on your back. But here there are some things that I want to point out because I see every single day a lot of people who have back acne and they automatically assume that it is caused by hormonal imbalances, which is not usually true. Like I said, hormonal imbalances causing back acne is not a super common situation. It is possible, but you want to keep in mind that if you have acne caused by hormones, it will usually appear on your lower face, so on the lower part of your face primarily, and it can only affect your back secondarily. So you will never have acne only on your back, no pimples on your face, if you are actually breaking out because of hormones. This is what I want you to remember. Hormonal acne mostly causes face pimples, and it only affects the back as a secondary location. It never affects the back as a primary location. Besides, back pimples are usually more cystic, more aggressive if they are caused by hormones than if they are caused by sebum, skin fungus, or skin bacteria. But again, hormonal acne is also really easy to differentiate. So I have another video where I talk about all of its signs and symptoms, how exactly you can tell if you are breaking out because of your hormones or not. And I strongly advise you to check that video if you think you have acne on your back caused by hormones. However, it is definitely possible to get back pimples caused by hormones. So even though it is more rare, it is possible. And here's what you should do in this case. More often than not, hormonal acne is caused by an increased production of androgen hormones. So one of these 4. But this is only the most common case. It is not the only one. This is why if you suspect that you have a hormonal imbalance in your body that is making you break out, my first suggestion would be to test your hormones and see what actual hormones are messed up, and if there is something going on, or if your hormones are actually looking okay, and in this case your acne would be caused by something else. So ideally you want to see an endocrinologist and have your hormones tested. If you cannot do this, I actually have a free PDF with the hormones you should test in order to see if you actually are breaking out because of them or not. It's completely free. It's available in my description, so make sure to check it out as well if you are interested. But like I said, the most common situation, the most common hormonal imbalance that could be making you break out on your back is when you have an increased production of androgen. So here's exactly what you need to do in this case. If you are a woman, you can definitely see a gynecologist or an endocrinologist, like I said, and go either on birth control or on spironolactone, which are 2 types of treatments that are really effective when it comes to lowering high androgens, at least as long as you take them. But they are definitely really effective and really recommended when it comes to hormonal acne caused by high androgens. So this is one option. This kind of treatments do not work in men and they should not be taken by men. This is why they are only suitable if you are a woman. The second category of treatments I recommend for hormonal acne caused by high androgens are something that is suitable for both men and women, and I am talking about anti-androgen supplements. Basically, what these supplements do is to lower your high androgens and bring them back into their normal limits. And let me give you some examples. You could try things like licorice extract, pumpkin seed oil, netherroot extract, peony is also a pretty good option, saw palmetto, turmeric extract also works as well. There are basically many herbs that have anti-androgen properties, and they are super effective when it comes to lowering high androgens. And the reason why I really like supplements compared to classic treatments, so to spironolactone and birth control, is because with supplements your hormones tend to stay within the normal limits even if you stop taking them, which doesn't really happen with the first category. One tip I can give you here if you are breaking out on your back because of high androgens is to use either a supplement or a product that contains several of these herbs. So in my experience, I have noticed that a combination and a mix of these herbs works much better than if you used one single herb alone. And I'm actually preparing a masterclass about how to treat hormonal acne. So if you are sure that you are breaking out because of your hormones, if you're sure that you have a hormonal imbalance in your body, this masterclass is going to be perfect for you because it's going to give you a super specific action plan with some really detailed product recommendations that you can use and you can implement it from the next day in order to balance your hormones and get rid of your acne. But if you are breaking out on your back because of hormones, this kind of treatments that are designed to lower androgens are definitely your best bet. I really hope this video helped you understand the treatment options you have if you have back acne and if you are breaking out specifically on your back. Like I said, it's super important to find the cause if you really want to get rid of your back acne once for all and you do not want it to come back. So let me know in the comments below which of these 3 causes you think that is actually producing and that it is behind your back acne based on the signs and symptoms that I have mentioned here. And also, if you have any other product recommendation or treatment suggestion for back acne that you have used in the past and you have had some really good results with, let me know in the comments below. So until next time, I wish you to stay acne free.